There's no Apple Watch Ultra 3 yet, with a stunning slick black finish the only hardware upgrade to the Ultra 2. But Apple's improving its Ultra line via software, with 3 new Apple Watch Ultra 2 capabilities in WatchOS 11. Here's how the Ultra 2 just got better. For 10 years, Apple Watch customers have been unable to play music, podcasts, or audiobooks via the device's built-in speaker. Finally, however, with the Apple Watch Series 10, functionality for media playing via speaker is finally available. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 benefits from this capability also. If you have an Ultra 2 running WatchOS 11, you may now listen to media with no AirPods or other headphones necessary. You don't need the new Ultra 2, only your old gear and the software upgrade. One of the primary benefits the Apple Watch Ultra still has over the Series 10 is a dedicated action button. And now, that button grows more stronger with WatchOS 11. By long pressing the action button, you may now scroll through a list of possible actions to execute. A rapid push will still do your default action, but for extra possibilities, the long press gesture is a nice addition. Sleep monitoring with the Apple Watch is difficult with a non-Ultra model, as the battery life isn't nearly as excellent. Fortunately, the new sleep apnea detection incorporated into the Series 10 watch is accessible on the Apple Watch Ultra 2 as well. I still greatly wish Apple had been able to announce an Apple Watch Ultra 3 last week. The Series 10 model makes a solid argument for becoming the next best watch, but these new Ultra 2 features, along with a titanium black finish, should keep Ultra customers satisfied for the year ahead. While I had a nice time trying Apple's newest flagship wristwatch for my Apple Watch Series 10 review, I was dying to get the Apple Watch Ultra 2 in satin black on my wrist. And now that I have, I realize I was right to be thrilled. I became an Apple Watch Ultra girly when the original released with the biggest display and longest battery life of any Apple Watch. As a type of power user when it comes to the finest smartwatches, the Ultra can't be topped. Now, the Series 10 in the 46mm size choice actually has a little bigger display than the Apple Watch Ultra 2. And the Ultra 2 doesn't feature the current LTPO technology that enables the always-on display to auto-refresh every second. But it does come in a new striking color option, satin black. Previously, the Apple Watch Ultra only available in natural titanium. While I didn't dislike the industrial hue, the lack of variety certainly paled compared to the color selections for the flagship watch. I rely extensively on Apple Watch bands to tailor the appearance of my watch. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 in satin black, $799 on Amazon, now provides buyers another alternative, and one that's a little more sophisticated if I do say so. I can't be the only one who's seen that professionals accepted the Apple Watch Ultra as enthusiastically as outdoor sports fans. This finish of the watch is more suited for dressing up, particularly when combined with the new titanium Milanese loop. Apple also revamped the current Apple Watch Ultra band designs to come in a color-matched finish. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 is a very powerful smartwatch when it comes to communication, productivity, exercise, and safety. Some of the main selling factors for me is that the battery life can last roughly 2 full days, the 3000 nit display is a breeze to view in bright circumstances, and the 86 decibel safety alarm gives considerable peace of mind. I'm also a great lover of the additional action button, which can be given a useful purpose. In WatchOS 11, which is standard on Apple Watch Ultra 2 moving forward, the action button's functionality increased to include voice memo recording, the translate capability, and a Shazam integration that can instantly identify a song playing out loud. Apple Watch Ultra 2 is also compatible with Apple's new sleep apnea detection function, launched with the Series 10. The function just obtained FDA certification, meaning anybody 18 or older without an existing sleep apnea diagnosis may activate alerts. You'll merely have to wear the watch to sleep at least 10 nights in a month to gather adequate data. At $799, the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is a greater investment than the Apple Watch Series 10. But you get a lot for the money, and in satin black, the bundle has never looked better. Deciding which is the best Apple Watch for you is tougher than it used to be. Both the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and Apple Watch Series 10 are fantastic wearable devices, each having strengths and disadvantages. We'll compare both models to help you determine which one is best for you. The Apple Watch Series 10 and Apple Watch Ultra boast substantially distinct designs. The Apple Watch Series 10 is now slimmer and bigger than the previous year's model. A significant feature of the wearable gadget, the display, is nearly 10% bigger than the Series 9 and 30% larger than the display of Series 4 period devices. A bigger screen makes it simpler to interact with the touchscreen and view information on the display. Even though the screen is bigger, the casing boasts more rounded edges and a wider aspect ratio, extending the case size slightly to 42mm or 46mm. The casing is also 10% smaller than the Series 7 to 9 versions while weighing less as well. Along with the typical aluminum variants, Apple has swapped titanium for the higher-end model, which has usually utilized stainless steel. Titanium weighs less and won't bog down your wrist as much while wearing the Series 10. Both the aluminum and titanium variants are available in a variety of color combinations. One of the most striking new hues is a jet black polished metal. Even with the superior casing design, the Series 10 borrows a page from the Ultra 2 with a depth gauge and water temperature sensors. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 utilizes the same design as the first Ultra, announced in 2022. Available with only a 49mm casing, there are two color choices to pick from: natural titanium and a new satin black for 2024. On the right side of the casing is a raised digital crown and side button to make them simpler to operate when wearing gloves. On the left side is the distinctive action button, which isn't featured on the Series 10. Just as on the iPhone 16 range, you can personalize the button to execute a wide number of functions, including beginning a workout or even running a shortcut. Thanks to the increased features and bigger battery, the Ultra 2 is nearly twice as hefty as the Series 10. So with the redesigned design, bigger screen, and slimmer shell, the Series 10 is perhaps the finest choice for daily usage. Before the release of the Series 10, the Apple Watch Ultra 2 boasted by far the biggest screen of any Apple Watch. But that's now changed. The 46mm Series 10 has a slightly wider display area compared to the Ultra 2. The Series 10 also provides a new wide-angle OLED display. When seen from an angle, Apple claims the display is 40% easier to read. It also gives a quicker refresh rate while in always-on mode. Instead of once a minute, the display will update once a second. You'll be able to view a ticking second hand without having to elevate your wrist on select watch faces. The Series 10 display throws out up to 2000 nits of brightness. While the Ultra 2 doesn't feature a wide-angle display, it is brighter than the Series 10 with up to 3000 nits. Along with the brighter display, the Ultra 2 is covered by a flat sapphire crystal. That is significantly more robust than the Iron X glass featured on the metal Apple Watch Series 10 versions. The titanium Series 10 is covered by sapphire, but is priced comparable to the Ultra 2. Even if the Series 10 display is bigger, the Ultra 2 is still superior with its improved brightness and sapphire crystal protection. When seeking for the longest battery life, the Ultra 2 is by and away the finest pick. You may go for up to 36 hours of usage before having to recharge. When setting low power mode on the Ultra 2, you can go for up to 72 hours without having to recharge. The Series 10 can run for up to 18 hours of operation on a single charge and up to 36 hours in low power mode. The sheer size of the Ultra 2 makes it feasible for Apple to put a larger battery in there, and that's all there is to it. Both the Ultra 2 and Series 10 run WatchOS 11 with a multitude of additional features, including an improved smart stack and new applications. The two new watch versions may also take use of one of the coolest new Apple Watch features, the ability to diagnose sleep apnea. While the Series 10 employs an S10 CPU, there's virtually little change in performance when compared to the Ultra 2's S9. Comparing the costs of the Series 10 and Ultra 2 might be a little challenging. The Series 10 begins at $399, but that's for the smaller 42mm model without cellular functionality. The biggest 46mm model with an aluminum casing and cellular capabilities costs $529. If you're searching for the titanium variant of the Series 10, that's $749 for the biggest version, only $50 less than the Ultra 2. If you're searching for the ideal daily Apple Watch, Series 10 is the finest option. It's slimmer and lighter than the Ultra 2 and delivers a comparable software experience. While the Ultra 2 boasts a number of unique features like dual-band GPS, enhanced water resistance, and a built-in siren, they aren't likely to be utilized by most people on a day-to-day basis. And if you're happy with the metal casing of the Series 10, you'll also save some bucks compared to the Ultra 2. So let us know what you think in the comment section. As always, see you tomorrow. Peace out.